Strengthen weak legs fast. 3 foods every senior needs now. Have you noticed that walking up a flight of stairs leaves you breathless lately? Or perhaps getting up from your favorite armchair requires that extra push from your arms? You're not alone. Michael Reynolds, who has dedicated over 30 years to studying mobility in aging adults at Northwestern Medical Center, sees this problem daily in his practice. What most people don't realize, Dr. Reynolds explains, is that nearly 45% of adults over 65 experience significant leg weakness. But this isn't just an inevitable part of growing older. Take Robert, a 72-year-old retired engineer from Colorado. 6 months ago, he could barely walk to his mailbox without needing to rest. "I thought my active days were behind me," Robert admits. "I was starting to consider a walking cane, maybe even moving to an assisted living facility eventually." But everything changed when Robert's daughter, a nutritionist, suggested he make 3 specific changes to his diet. These weren't exotic superfoods or expensive supplements, just ordinary items probably sitting in your kitchen right now. The results? Within just 6 weeks, Robert noticed a remarkable difference. "I started feeling steadier on my feet first," he says. "Then I realized I could climb the stairs to my bedroom without stopping halfway. Last weekend, I even joined my grandchildren for a walk in the park, something I couldn't have imagined doing just months ago." What Robert discovered was something revolutionary yet simple: 3 everyday foods that work together to naturally rebuild leg strength and improve balance, regardless of your age. Before I reveal these 3 powerful foods that transformed Robert's life and the lives of thousands like him, I'd love to know, have you noticed changes in your leg strength recently? Do everyday activities feel more challenging than they used to? These 3 simple foods that most doctors never mention could be the difference between maintaining your independence or becoming increasingly reliant on others. And the best part, you won't need expensive supplements, complicated exercise routines, or prescription medications. Are you ready to discover what Robert and countless others have already learned? The secret to stronger legs might be simpler than you ever imagined. Fatty fish. The hidden secret to powerful legs. Let's talk about the first remarkable food that could transform your leg strength: fatty fish. If you're finding this information valuable, type S-strength in the comments below to let us know you're with us. When Thomas Wilson, a 68-year-old former construction worker from Michigan, first visited Dr. Reynolds, he could barely stand long enough to brush his teeth. "My legs would shake and give out," Thomas recalls. "I thought my independent days were over." What happened next stunned even Dr. Reynolds. After adding just 2 servings of fatty fish to his weekly diet, Thomas noticed significant changes in just 40 days. "First, the constant aching subsided," Thomas shares. "Then something amazing happened. I could stand in my workshop for hours again, just like I used to." The secret? The powerful omega-3 fatty acids found abundantly in salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout. These natural compounds work like high-grade oil for your aging muscles and joints, reducing inflammation and supporting critical muscle recovery processes. Reynolds explains that seniors who consume fatty fish regularly see approximately 35% improvement in muscle strength compared to those who rarely eat it. "But I don't like fish," you might be thinking. Thomas felt the same way initially. "I wasn't a fish person at all," he admits. "But I started with mild options like cod, then worked my way up to salmon. Now I actually crave it." Worried about cost? There's good news. Canned sardines and mackerel deliver the same powerful benefits at a fraction of the price. A $2 can of sardines provides nearly the same omega-3 content as an expensive fresh salmon fillet. Frozen fish options also retain all the nutritional benefits without breaking your budget. Try Thomas's simple 15-minute dinner. Place a salmon fillet on foil, add lemon slices and a sprinkle of your favorite herbs, fold into a packet, and bake at 3. "It's foolproof," Thomas says, "and my legs thank me for it every single day." The transformation in your leg strength could begin with something as simple as adding this powerful food to your meals twice a week. Are you ready to try what worked for Thomas and thousands of others? Your journey to stronger legs might just start with your next meal. Dairy products, your secret weapon for mobility freedom. Now let's explore our second powerful leg-strengthening food: dairy products. If you're finding these tips valuable, type mobility in the comments to join our conversation. Meet Eleanor Thompson, a 76-year-old retired school teacher from Arizona, whose story perfectly illustrates the remarkable impact dairy can have on leg strength. "I used to love my daily walks around the neighborhood," Eleanor shares. "But gradually, My legs became so weak I could barely make it to the end of my driveway without feeling shaky. Everything changed when Eleanor learned about the mobility-boosting power of dairy. I always thought dairy was just about bone health, she admits. I had no idea it could transform my leg strength. Within just 8 weeks of strategically adding dairy to her daily routine, Eleanor was walking a full mile again. It felt like a miracle, but it was just good science, she smiles. What makes dairy products so exceptional for leg strength? Dr. Reynolds explains it's the perfect combination of two critical nutrients: high-quality protein that rebuilds muscle tissue and calcium that strengthens the skeletal framework supporting those muscles. Recent findings show seniors who consume adequate dairy experience approximately 32% better physical performance compared to those who avoid it. But I'm lactose intolerant, you might be thinking. Eleanor was too. I discovered Greek yogurt has less lactose than milk but actually more protein, she explains. And aged cheeses like cheddar have almost no lactose at all. For those completely intolerant, fortified plant-based alternatives provide similar benefits. Eleanor's strategy was brilliantly simple. She starts each day with a small parfait of Greek yogurt topped with berries. At lunch, she adds a slice of sharp cheddar to her sandwich. In the evening, she enjoys cottage cheese with a drizzle of honey as a satisfying dessert. These small additions cost me less than $15 a week, Eleanor notes. A small price for getting my independence back. The most remarkable part? You don't need massive amounts. Just 2 to 3 servings daily can create significant improvements in your leg strength and stability. Are you ready to experience what Eleanor and countless others have discovered? Your next grocery trip could be the first step towards stronger, more reliable legs. Leafy Greens, nature's power boost for aging legs. Our final leg-strengthening superfood might be the most overlooked treasure in your grocery store: leafy greens. If you're still with us and finding value in these tips, type greens in the comments below. Walter Jenkins, an 81-year-old former marathon runner from Oregon, never imagined he'd struggle to walk across his living room. After decades of running, my legs just seemed to give up on me, Walter explains. I needed to hold on to furniture just to move around my own home. When Walter's doctor suggested adding more leafy greens to his diet, he was skeptical. Spinach for stronger legs? I thought it was nonsense, he laughs. But desperate for improvement, he decided to try it anyway. The transformation astonished both Walter and his family. Within just 5 weeks, his shakiness decreased dramatically. By week 8, he was walking unassisted again. My grandchildren couldn't believe it was the same grandpa who couldn't stand up during their last visit. Walter beamed. What makes leafy greens so powerful for leg strength? Dr. Reynolds explains they're packed with vitamin K, which supports bone strength, and magnesium, which is crucial for proper muscle function. The combination creates a natural foundation for leg stability that many seniors desperately need. Studies show seniors who consume leafy greens daily experience approximately 42% better muscle function compared to those who rarely eat them. The variety is what makes this so practical, Walter explains. Some days it's spinach, others it's kale or Swiss chard. They each bring something special to the table. Walter's favorite strategy. I started with baby spinach in my morning smoothie. You can't even taste it when mixed with berries, he shares. Then I worked up to sautéed greens with garlic as a side dish. Now I actually crave them. For those concerned about cost, frozen greens provide the same benefits at a fraction of the price. They're pre-washed, pre-chopped, and last for months in your freezer, ready whenever you need them. Are you ready to discover what Walter and thousands of others have experienced? This simple addition to your meals could be the missing piece in your journey towards stronger, more stable legs. Which leafy green will you try first? Practical advice: your simple path to stronger, more reliable legs. As we wrap up our exploration of these 3 powerful leg-strengthening foods, let's talk about how to bring them together into a simple, effective plan you can start today. If you've been following along and are ready to transform your mobility, type freedom in the comments below. Barbara Livingston, a 77-year-old former dance instructor from Virginia, knows firsthand how these 3 superfoods can change everything. Last year, I had to hold on to my husband's arm just to walk from the car to the grocery store entrance, Barbara shares. I felt like I was losing a piece of my identity every day. After learning about the power of fatty fish, dairy products, and leafy greens, Barbara created what she calls her leg revival plan. The results were nothing short of remarkable. The first week, I honestly didn't notice much, she admits. But by the third week, something incredible happened. I could stand up from my armchair without using the armrests. By week 6, I was walking through the farmer's market completely on my own for the first time in years. Here's Barbara's brilliantly simple approach that anyone can follow. I started with just one meal change per day, she explains. For the first week, I focused on adding salmon to my lunch twice, Greek yogurt to my breakfast 3 times, and spinach to my dinner twice. That was it, no complicated rules or expensive supplements. As her confidence grew, Barbara expanded her menu. She discovered sardines on whole grain toast made a quick, affordable lunch. She began adding a handful of kale to her soups and stews. She even created what she calls her power smoothie, a blend of Greek yogurt, a small piece of frozen mackerel, which you can't taste, and baby spinach mixed with berries. The key is consistency, not perfection, Barbara emphasizes. Even adding these foods just 3-4 times a week can make a tremendous difference in how your legs feel and function. Dr. Reynolds has found that patients who combine all 3 food groups experience approximately 67% greater improvement in stability and strength compared to those who make no dietary changes. For those on a budget, Barbara offers practical wisdom. Canned salmon and frozen greens give you the same benefits at a fraction of the cost. And buying large containers of yogurt instead of individual cups saves money while providing the same nutrition. Perhaps the most powerful aspect of Barbara's story is how it affected her life beyond physical strength. Regaining my mobility wasn't just about walking again, she says, her voice filled with emotion. It was about reclaiming my independence, my confidence, and my joy. Last month, I danced with my husband at our 55th anniversary party. Not just a slow dance, a real dance. Are you ready to begin your own leg revival journey? Which of these simple changes will you implement first? Remember, every small step brings you closer to stronger legs and greater independence. Your transformation could begin with your very next meal.